everybody. So KG5IAN here. Just wanted to quickly talk about the setup I have right now with the ham radio. This is the FTM-400D. I've had this radio for a while, and sadly I don't even know how this happened, but I've got a nice little scratch on the screen. Kind of bothers me because I'm a little OCD and I don't like that whatsoever. So man, anyways, wanted to talk about the layout. So this is a Chevy Silverado 1500. It's a Z71 with the Duramax diesel. Absolutely love this truck. I've had Honda Ridgelines, I've had Toyota Tundras, I've had all kinds of stuff. It's kind of cool like that. One of my favorite features is this really awesome tailgate. I mean, if I can figure out how to push the right button. Anyways, so super awesome setup. I don't even know. I wish all trucks came like this. It's even got the handle right here, so I could use that if I wanted to, you know, pull myself up into the back of the truck. But overall, you know, the whole truck itself is pretty awesome. Can't complain about that. Now, obviously, there's a few things that do bother me, and those are my fault. Like this right here, that little gap. I just need to tuck that in there, you know, spend some time tucking it in. Anyways, obviously I've pulled this panel out so I could run this cable for this screen, and the way I've got this on here is just one of those Scosche magnetic mounts, and I bent that right there so that it kind of goes this way and it sticks on there. Kind of cool. It doesn't come off. The only thing I don't like is it covers the vent, but you know, I'm sure there's better mounting options. This is one of the ones that I found is kind of cool, because then I can kind of angle it up a little bit more if I wanted to. It does work. The radio itself comes on. There's my call sign, and there you go. Anyways, I'll just turn that off real quick. The whole unit is actually under the seat. Ignore that. I'll put that back later. But here's the radio. Now I'm gonna mount this up on the bracket right here, and as you can see, the cable for my microphone is finally disintegrating. Had this thing for so long that the the plastic sheathing around it is literally disintegrating. It's just falling apart. So I'm gonna, sorry, get that into view. Ah, man. So yeah, not pretty. I'm gonna have to get it replaced or something like that. Maybe I could just rewire it and run some RJ11. I believe that's what that is. Maybe RJ13. I have to double check it. And then this I just wrapped because this whole piece started disintegrating. So that's kind of your felt tape right there, just kind of so it's not so ugly. And anyways, you know, I really wish they went with this softer rubber for this. For some reason it just disintegrates, you know. Anyways, so not completely finished with setting it all the way up, but here's the radio. It is, like I said, going to be mounted up under here on this bracket right here so that it stays off the ground. Now the external speaker is going to be placed somewhere. I don't know where, but I'm trying to find a good spot. I was really thinking about putting maybe something up here. I don't know. I mean, it's loud enough for me. I can hear it just fine. And then the microphone itself, you know, I just pull it up to the side and boom, I can speak. Set it here in a tray just like that. I really don't like drilling holes in my truck, even though I did. Don't like it whatsoever. But you know, I don't want it rubbing around and scratching stuff. So just having it here like this is fine. Forgive the little water spots and stuff, and probably from drink spillage. Ignore the frame for my cheap Amazon glasses. Lost a screw on that one. Anyways, overall, it's definitely a nice little setup. Now, excuse the somewhat of a mess, but I ran all the wires underneath this channel right here, and as you can see, it pops out right here for the antenna. Boom, subwoofer. Here's the, yeah, this is the base for that antenna. That's it right there. And so what I, yeah, ignore that too. I'm a polish her up. Don't quote, don't give me any bad remarks or reviews on that. You just trust me. I'm gonna clean it up. I definitely don't like it looking that nasty. Same for the antenna. Come on, that's hideous. But I did it black because everything on the back of the truck was black, and the chrome didn't stick out so nice. Now I kind of regret doing it because look at that. Look. It's, oh my gosh, it's just flaking off. It's obviously because I didn't do it right. So anyways, that right there is a CD radio, and that guy, that little radio right there is pretty sweet. It does 11 meter and 10 meter, but I don't use it as often. And actually, I gotta renew my license. So yeah, that's another thing. Well, I won't be talking on the radio until that's done, so I'll have to renew that. It had just expired a month ago. But yeah, so what I do is I pop that antenna out, and I stick her right on top, right here in the center. Sometimes I'll move it up just a little bit to get it the best, SWR, and it does a really fantastic job. It's pretty good. Can't have it up full time because I can't fit in the garage, so I've even put it here. It slides around a lot. Maybe I use too much wax, maybe that's why, but regardless, it still slides around a lot, but yeah, so I just wanted to kind of show you the layout and how I got it set up in there. I'll put that back, I promise. And how it's all put together, wiring, I'll just kind of pop this off and kind of give you a little sneak peek inside. There we go. So I zip tied stuff. This is for my bank's thing there, forget what it's called, runs off the OBD. And then you can see how I tuck the wire end down here. And then of course electrical, I tapped in. What I did is I ran a wire straight across to the other side. I'll show you that real quick. What I used is a glow rod, and I just fed the wire through. So if I pop this guy off, oh my gosh, this is what happens when you try stuff with one hand. There we go. Start at the bottom. Now we're here. Anyways, this is part of it. So it grounds right there. And then it's, the wattage wise, it's not very much, so it's not really gonna kill anything. But I did a what's called extended fuse right there. I don't know which fuse that's plugged in. It's right there. It's plugged in right there. Got the extended fuse, and that runs, like I said, across. I did tap off for other things, such as my radar detector and my camera. Those are all hardwired in. The wires run across and down and pop out through here, and then got the ham connected as well. Oops, rolling down windows. Yeah, and this nice thick rubber cable is what is connected to the radio over there on the other side. Anyways, so there's that, and yeah, it's all hunky-dory. It works pretty good. I was trying other places to put it. I have my cell phone mounted right here, so that's not a good spot because I use the phone every day. I don't use the radio every day, so convenience wise it's not bad. I'll show you what it looks like sitting in the passenger side real quick. All right, so coming back over here, wanted to redo this part of the layout. So when I'm driving and I'm sitting in the driver's seat, this is what I'll look at right here. So here's the faceplate, sits there just fine. And as I'm traveling and stuff, I could just look over and see what channel I'm on. I could turn the volume up and down. I could switch through and choose a station that I want to chat on, or just power off the unit itself all the way. And that's it. So just wanted to kind of give you guys a, perspective on what you could do with your radio, where you could place it, some ideas on location, and go from there. Hopefully this helps somebody with their setup and the way they wanted to make it look. I do have other videos coming out showing about the antenna mounts and everything. And so just kind of give you a quick sneak peek on what that looks like. There you go. All right. Talk to you later. KG5IN 73s.